How's it going today, guys? It's Cthulhu Crisis, and I am starting my run of Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth today. Let's go ahead and get started. So, for those of you who have not played this game, it's actually a really good game. It's really scary, which is why, or to me, I thought it was, which is why I'm playing it at night, also because I work midnight shift normally, so this gives me something to do in the middle of the night while my wife's sleeping, all that, on my nights off. So, let's go ahead and start. We'll do Private Investigator. We start off with a cutscene, I believe.
Now, at my end, I can fully see. My last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
Gotta love that pixelated rain, which was actually probably pretty good for the time this game came out, which I think was 2005.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any. Victor?
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
Alright, so let's go ahead and start. It's been a while since I've played a FPS with a mouse and keyboard. Tried to set up an Xbox controller,
I think
but
I
it
saw
didn't work
Officer
right.
Armstrong.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy. Be careful, sir.
Take cover! Nickel!
Well, that body just disappeared. That's not good. Alright, so this is where the game starts getting a little bit more like it's going to be later. And obviously we haven't played very much at all, but we've played a little bit. So, as I continue to translate... Oh, he's going to read it. Never mind.
I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
So, for anybody that has never read any of the H.P. Lovecraft writings, they're really good. They're really well written, but in the same way as Buckethead's music, where as an art, as what they are,
that symbol's strange.
they are
It's
really
almost
well
like a
written.
flaming eye.
Like
I
technically,
should take a closer look.
but they're really hard to read. It's not like when I was reading through it, it didn't feel like it was it didn't feel like I was enjoying myself reading it.
At last!
Empty ammo boxes and spent shit. An old woman.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Wild.
Damn, he recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level key.
He's dead. Looks like a bad...
Damn. He recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint.
When I played yesterday, that key didn't show up in my inventory, and I was really mad. So, alright. But yeah, like, they're not super enjoyable to read.
It's locked.
Which is unfortunate, because you catch
It's
yourself
unlocked.
just pushing through them. You know what I mean?
Another key. This should fit the door across the hall. I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I've gotta think.
Nothing of interest.
Just want to make sure I don't miss anything.
It's unlocked.
It appears to be a private study area.
The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem...
It appears to be a private study area.
There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
And here is where you can really see the Bethesda in it.
Did not sound good.
Because the whole next scene looks like Oblivion. The environments, like look at that. The graphics.
Well, that's just swell. He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull. This sink would be used for scrubbing up. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here.
Poor guy.
Good God! What the hell is all this? I've never seen such equipment before. Who could have made such a machine? Looks like his brain. I wonder this pipe must drain the waste from his intestines. Looks like his kidneys. They're moving.
Nope, nothing of interest.
Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around in all that liquid. Oh, shit! The machine must have overloaded. He's dead.
I'm pretty sure it didn't overload. I'm pretty sure we turned it on and it did something
The
to
machine
him.
must. The crystal's still warm. This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment. Ah! It's too hot to pick up. There's no power. It looks like something's been removed from it. It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it, probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum. where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintained a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else.
Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
Alright guys, so a few things I want to go over before I end this first episode. For any of you who have not read H.P. Lovecraft's work or are unfamiliar with Cthulhu, a recurring idea of him is that he is so terrifying, him and the other elder gods are so terrifying that we cannot comprehend them. So it drives us insane. If we get too close or if we see them, we go insane. So more than likely that's what's happened to this young man, the main character of this game. So it's going to be interesting because the way this game goes through making you insane is changing visuals and audio. So it's hard at times to determine what is actually happening in the game and what is just because you were losing sanity. So it's a really good game. I haven't beaten it completely. I've played through a good chunk of it, so I look forward to playing it more with you guys. And I will go ahead and read anything that comes up on a notebook like this particular thing. I will not be reading like the individual notebooks I pick up, and I will not be reading the stuff that he reads over already. So, alright, February 6th, 1922, night. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. It appears that the First National grocery in Innsmouth was recently burglarized and its manager, one Brian Burnham, is missing. From what I have been able to gather, Burnham is something of a young rogue. A friend of the family, Mr. Anderson, gave him the job as a favor. Burnham is looking like the prime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up. Not to Anderson and not to me. For instance, why would Burnham force an entry into the store when he had a full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and the combination to the back office safe? To misdirect any investigation? If that was his plan, why did he disappear? Following my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by the neighboring communities. Outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are superstitious tales of strange element in the town's oldest families. They are of mixed blood, so the stories go. Whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual hick town prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away distrustful of the local authorities. He isn't buying their line that Burnham robbed the place and wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon I will be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's the wild stories about the town, or maybe it's just because I haven't heard a case in so long. So that'll be the end of the first episode. I hope you guys like it. This is going to be a lot less commentary than the Tony Hawk, or any of my other videos, because this game has such a dark theme to it and has so much storyline of its own that I don't feel correct in voicing over the entire thing. So I will voice over when I have commentary or something to say about the game, but other than that, it's mostly going to be gameplay. So leave me a comment, let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and you guys have a day. Bye.
Driver, how far to the stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after them all. Stranger, end of the line.
So now we're into like the main part of the game. And one of the neat things about it is that it's very free roam. It's still kind of linear, like you won't be able to get to certain parts, but until you're there. But it's a lot more open, which makes it a lot more difficult.
This statue commemorates the men who fought in the Revolutionary War.
Well, I was trying to open the other door, but okay.
Evening.
Hi.
The name's Jack Walters. I'm just visiting.
You don't say, sir. Gilman. Charlie Gilman. I run this here hotel of an evening.
You got any rooms?
I'd not rightly know that for sure. All habits cleaning rooms at present. Them's from out of town can leave a horrid mess.
Talking to this fellow's getting me nowhere, and he's more than a touch creepy. If I need, it won't open.
sneak up to this spot here. Sit loose for a minute. That's the sneak button. Makes you a little bit less detectable. The detection system on this AI is not great though either.
It's unlocked.
Now this is one of the cooler features, okay? Whenever you see scratch marks like that, it means something can be pushed onto the floor. Like so. So I shut this door, that's not gonna stop him. So I push this dresser in front of it. And now he's gonna have a much harder time getting in that door. Okay, that's just showing me that there is a med pack
Looks
there.
like the door was forced open, and there's scratch marks on the wood. There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle. It looks like I need some sort of
The first time I played this, I got stuck here for about 20 minutes. I could not figure out that I had to do that. And I thought that was well done, right there. But it actually is on an actual time frame. So if you don't figure that out in time, he will run in and throw you out of the building, and then you have to sneak down the alleyway all over again.
It looks like a diary. It's gotta have some clues.
Well, this is where I was. I gotta remember where to go.
Assorted foodstuffs. Nothing useful. I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here. I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here.
Oh, I remember.
The walls collapsed. It must have already been badly damaged on one side. Old photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition. The old printing press appears to have been sabotaged.
Nothing of interest.
I don't suppose the fire helped it much either. The old printing press appears to have been sabotaged.
Holy shit! From the stench in here,
This noose broad must have kicked it a few months back.
nothing of interest.
I just really like the art style they did for this. And some of the elements are really neat, like the bolting doors locked. But they're really precise, and sometimes you can't get the precision you need for them.
Nothing of interest here.
Hello, Jack.
Do I know you?
Lucas Mackey. Sorry to startle you. Innsmouth doesn't get a lot of visitors. New names spread fast. What are you doing in town, Jack? Hear about the missing Burnham boy?
Not bad. I'm a private detective. My client's a friend of the Burnhams.
Seen the latest press from Arkham? Your boy's been quite busy.
What about you, Mackie? You're obviously not a local. What's your business in town?
True enough, Jack. Nothing too exciting, I'm sorry to say. I'm a government factory inspector. They posted me in this rotten hole to check over the old Marsh refinery. Speaking of which, I've got an appointment with the manager, Jacob Marsh.
Okay, maybe I'll catch you later. That's the first friendly face I've seen in this damn town. But I've been in this business long enough to know he's hiding something.
So, alright, here's the save point.